Welcome in, Renegades. Now, today we have a pretty good show for you today because this is something, the do's and don'ts in crypto, right? So we're just getting ready for our massive bull market. We finally saw the price actually start to kick up a little bit. But the thing that a lot of people do in crypto, we're going to go over today, and then we're going to kind of come up with some strategies and plans to make it through certain times in the market. Now, I've been in crypto since 2020. I bought my first Bitcoin at about $8,000. And I started just stacking as much Bitcoin as I could. At one point, I had 0.5 Bitcoin. And then I started looking at Ethereum. Ethereum gas fees were too much. And I was just kind of a little trader at the time. And so like Ethereum just wasn't viable for me. It was one of the best cryptos and I wanted to own some of it. But getting it back and forth because I was moving in small amounts, like earning crypto here and sending it there. And it would just be too much. And so this is one thing I want to talk about, the do's and don'ts in crypto real quick. So when you first get into crypto, everybody's going to tell you Bitcoin and Ethereum, and those are very, very, very good cryptos. Now, Bitcoin is more of a store of value, which traditional finance is actually using Bitcoin in ETFs now. So it's kind of able, basically an ETF is where companies are allowed to trade crypto, right? Or trade stocks. So it basically makes it to where not just you and I, the public, can buy, but these conglomerates, these big companies, places like, MicroStrategy can buy over the table and stuff. So basically what happens is when you're a smaller trader, you start to understand that these cryptos for what they are. Now, Bitcoin is a good crypto to just stack in a wallet. Like, let's throw a little bit in there today, throw a little bit in there today, and just keep stacking it, right? On Coinbase, what I would do is I'd buy for about a month or two, and then I'd move it all off of Coinbase. Because you're going to end up paying, withdrawal fees. You're going to end up paying that. And I would just leave it sit there until I'm ready to sell it or just hold it for my grandkids, whatever I'm doing with my Bitcoin. Then when it comes to Ethereum, I would do the same exact thing. I would move it into a wallet, keep it there, move it one time back to sell it. But I'm a crypto guy. For me, I like to interact with crypto. I like to be part of the community. If there's a new NFT out there and I have some extra money, I want to be buying it. And sending money around for these small purchases, maybe gambling a little bit, playing a game, it's just not viable for things like Ethereum. And then you have like the bridges that will connect like Ethereum to Arbitrum and make it a little bit easier, cost effective. And then you get stuck with your Ethereum on Arbitrum and it costs massive fees to sell it. So Ethereum is mainly a good store of value. It's good if you have big transactions like you're buying a CryptoPunk, for instance, right? So CryptoPunk's hundreds of thousands of dollars, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks for a transaction fee is not going to feel too much when you're paying $100,000 or whatever the fee is going to be. But if you're moving $20 and the transaction fee is 10 bucks, so these are the do's and don'ts. So do find a crypto where you can get in and out of easy as your main point crypto. So this is where I got led to ICP because I was in Bitcoin, I was in Ethereum, I went to Algorand, I went to the Graph, I went to Solana. Actually, it was part of the original Solana airdrop. I would be filthy, stinking rich. I would be a billionaire right now had I not sold my Solana at like 3 cents, but we're not going to talk about that today. So you want to find like some of these cryptos. Solana had outages. I just wanted to be able to effectively trade my crypto because if you remember in 2021, Dogecoin took off. So Dogecoin is the biggest meme coin in the world. Elon Musk was talking about it, pumped it up, had it on Saturday Night Live. But anyway, before that, because I sold my stuff way before the Saturday Night Live thing, because that was the top. So before that, I was trying to exchange some Dogecoin and it went way up. I made thousands of dollars off of this trade, thousands. And so I had exchanged it on this third-party exchange. And the time it took for my Dogecoin to get to the wallet, to sell, to have those people, I'm hitting up support and I'm like, hey, it's been 2 days. I hope you traded the Dogecoin at the price 2 days ago when I traded it. And then they waited for 2 days to trade my Dogecoin, and I lost $2,500 because I got scammed, I think. They're like, oh, it just took so long, the price went down, we couldn't fill all the orders, blah, 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 blah. And if my Dogecoin would have been able to be moved there faster, be changed, exchanged faster, I would have saved myself $2,500. So one, you can save yourself money with gas fees if you find a good crypto. Now, I went to the internet computer. You could go to whatever crypto you want, but this is my home. I recommend at least giving it a shot if you've never been in the internet computer, because honestly, I use crypto sometimes for little purchases, like say, you know, it's the day before payday. I need to send $20 to my Coinbase, pay for it, boom, instant. Even Coinbase recognizes the internet computer's speed and has it ready right away when you need to sell it. So I've never had a problem. So this is what I did in 2021. I was on my search for a crypto that I could buy and sell instantly. That way I wouldn't, we're traders. A lot of you, we're going to do some technical analysis later, and we are traders. I just made a leverage trade at 503 and we're at like 530 now. So basically, we are working our way into becoming the fastest, cheapest crypto around. So what I want to let you guys know is that the internet computer is the one that I found that not only has the fastest transactions, you can actually buy ICP directly through the NNS. So when you look for cryptos, you want an easy and fast on-ramp and off-ramp. That means either you go to an exchange, you are able to use a third-party service to buy crypto, whatever works the fastest and most effective. Now, you can do this directly with debit card on the NNS, which there's very few gateways without ACH that allows those crypto transactions to be made. So then another do and don't in crypto. So we're going to talk about this bull market. We're going to talk about the bear market a little bit. We're going to take a trip down memory lane because a lot of us have been here for a while, and you new people to the channel. I want to explain a little bit about the psychology of crypto. So basically what happens, we hit the bear market. We had this extreme bear market. It lasted forever. And we were all pretty, ready and prepared for the bear market because it happens every 4 years. So a lot of the mistakes that people make in crypto, despite all of the warnings, all of the technical analysis out there, all of the fundamental analysis of all these influencers and all the articles and everything with crypto, you should be prepared for the bear market. It's still hard. It was rough on all of us. But let me just talk about the bear market within the bull market. So the way that this works is when we have a bear market, we pump up a little bit, kind of give you a little hope that the market isn't over. But in the bull market, it's all about psychology. When it comes to money, the big money wants to manipulate the way that you think, because then you will make a mistake. Do not make this mistake. Don't ever, ever, ever do this in crypto, please. So basically what is happening right now is the traditional cycles of crypto have been slightly altered, because when we look back to 2021, there was a pandemic. There was a shift that changed the way that the bull market moved. There was a stimulus. Nobody was working. There was a lot of money that came into crypto. So we had multiple altcoin seasons throughout 2021. So now that crypto is more popular, more people are getting into it, the bigger money is in crypto now because of the ETFs. Well, what's going to end up happening is the psychological break. So what they are hoping that you are going to do, and this is, you can look it up, like Google it, ChatGPT, ask about how the psychology of crypto works, because this is one of my very favorite fundamentally sound aspects of crypto, is having a strong psyche. Now, you can appear weak to some people that don't know what you've been through, but a lot of us have been through really hard stuff. So money to me isn't something that I get stressed out if I can't buy, like pay my bills, of course. But when it comes to extra money, which is what we put in crypto, we earn, we work, we buy, we do whatever it takes to get our crypto. I did surveys back in the day. I played video games. We do whatever we have to do to get crypto. So when we get that crypto, now it's our job to be psychologically sound and be able to understand the manipulations and the movements of the market. So in a bull market, traditionally, we would have seen at least 2 altcoin seasons by now. So what is happening is the shift from 2021 to 2025 is to break down what you think you know as a technical analyst. So this is targeting us as fundamental and technical analysts. It's trying to break down our faith in the fundamentals, which is the fast transaction speeds, the AI on chain, the singularity, and everything else in crypto. Solana, like all of those things are meant to break down your psyche. Why do you think when the price goes down, we have the FUD? Oh, last time it was China banned crypto. Oh, the tariffs. Oh, there's this stuff going on over there in the world. You know, all of those things. So it's strategically planned by the media, or at least the people that pay the media, and whoever pays the most can control the media. So big money is going to try to get in there and use the price, use the media, use the price, use all of these different aspects to try to make you think that the market is over, that that this is different this time, that the market has changed somehow fundamentally, technically, that this is different. So if you understand that psychological aspect to the internet computer, to crypto, to the money, then you can start to ride these waves. Because essentially what happens is these people start to learn that a bottom is a bottom. Let's just wait. Until the price goes up, I'm just sitting here. Not, oh, I saw a good price to throw in a leverage trade. I don't even really leverage trade anymore unless I see a good opportunity at 503, right? And then we throw in a quick leverage trade and we do what we got to do to make a little bit of money, ride that wave. But I want to let you know that this psychological bull market that we've had is not going to be the end of it, guys. I'm here to give you some real world hopium. This isn't just, oh, I hope it's going to go up, guys. Here you go. Here's some good news. No, I have researched and studied crypto for 5 years. And I have learned just about everything that there is to learn about crypto. And this man is a smart brother. He said he has 2,000. And I remember you, James. Yes, you have a great future because you chose a crypto you could actually sell if you need to, or you could just lock it up, you know, but I'm saying in 8 years, you're going to want to sell some crypto, my friend, and you'll be able to do it quick. And this guy, Vinny, welcome to the channel. Smash that like, subscribe if you haven't. He has 4,000 staked. So right now, we are getting ready for the breakthrough. So it's not just not going to happen this year. I know I keep saying, oh, yeah, the price is going to go up. I'm going to call it when it does, and I'm going to tell you the exact prices very closely to where it's going to go. All I can do is call the breakouts when they're going to break out, right? So July was historically bullish. There was a 60% chance that we moved up in July, but it's happening early August instead. So don't make these mistakes in crypto. Don't fall for the expensive gas fees. Don't fall for leaving your crypto on an exchange for too long. You could do it for a little bit. It's better to just move it off within 7 days. But I would probably wait until I had all that I needed, or buy it all at once and then just send it there and be done with it. You know, the institutional adoption of crypto, this is going to make it seem like it's over, so that when it finally does go up, you sold your bags, they bought it. This is just the way that crypto works. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go in and take a look at the charts. We're going to show you guys exactly why ICP is the top premier crypto, not just from the things that I've said, because you have to be strong-willed. You have to be strong-minded, because there was a couple times that I didn't know that I could handle the bull market, the bear market in ICP. So it was easy though, because I had faith in ICP. I never lost hope. This has been something that I have built my life around. I have so many good friends. I have so many amazing community members and followers here, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I just wouldn't. This is where I'm meant to be, and so I'm loving it. I'm staying here, ICP forever. So right now, we have very, very low volume. So this is the weird part, guys. So if you look and we go back over here, we were at 113, 114 million, 70, 80 right here, and then back up. So all we need right now is some volume. And we started to move up even with no volume, because the rest of the market is not doing a whole lot right now. We're finally starting to move as a whole market, but with Bitcoin going down, look at that, and Ethereum's down. Like, it's going back up just like ICP, but with the broader markets, it's going to be really difficult to start moving in big ways yet. But this is what we needed is the start. So what we need is this Bitcoin to just go stagnant right here. Go to 111, 115, 111, 115. Just keep doing that without hammering the altcoins. But Ethereum needs to go up when that happens. So if it just keeps going down to 111 and it brings Ethereum down, and then it goes back to 114 and it brings Ethereum up, we're kind of, it just stuck where we're at right now because we need Ethereum, and Ethereum's at $3,700. Ethereum's not doing bad compared to the overall market. Solana's been at $169. Let's just go in and look at Solana for a second. I mean, it hasn't done a whole lot either. You know what I mean? It's at 169. We were at like 250. I mean, look at that. Just a month ago, it was over $200. But if we go here and we look over the last year, it was at like 250 bucks. So what is going on here in crypto, guys? Like, it's over. No, this is the psychological stuff I was telling you about. This is exactly what I was telling you about. They want you to think, okay, you know, I better sell now because it's not going back up. Let's get out. And then they dump it down and they buy your bags. Look at that volume. 8 billion, 5 billion at the bottom. They are just scooping it up. $5 billion, $7 billion, $8 billion. I mean, these guys are just scamming you guys. Like, they're scamming crypto. They're like, oh yeah, it's going to go up. Just kidding. And then they go down and they buy $8 billion worth in one day. And then they just kind of keep it down. Oh, it goes up a little bit. Just kidding, back down. And then, so this is the psychological. Don't fall for this, guys. Let's go in and look Internet Computer, though. I want to see what is happening because we had this massive reversal here. And this is on the daily. We had a nice reversal all the way from 470 up to 620. That was a nice move, $1.50 move. Beautiful. Then we came back here. We're getting higher highs. We're getting higher lows. So right now, I am thinking that this is going to be our V-shaped recovery. We haven't had a V-shaped recovery ever. There's no V-shaped recovery except right here. So we finally are possibly seeing our V-shaped recovery. This is what we want to see. This is very, very bullish. We are testing that resistance on the daily on the EMA 9. This is a huge level. As you see back here, when we got above the EMA 9, we started to move from breakout right here, 489, all the way up to 620. So if we can, and we haven't been above except testing it a couple of times since then, and then we broke down. We were unable to keep that level, and it broke us all the way down to here. So we need to start riding that EMA 9, and we do have a reversal in the charts with this red candlestick or this red graph. So, but this is only 1-2 candles. So we are actually above this on a candle. We closed above it here, and we are testing it as support right now. So essentially, ICP could be, that's why I put this in at 503. Where did I get it? 503 is where, look at that. I put the leverage trade in right there, right at the top of this candle, because I was like, oh, this looks like a recovery. Look at this two wicks, one on the bottom, one on the top, bigger one on the bottom. I said, hey, this could possibly be our V-shaped recovery. And then it was, and we went all the way up to 530 right now. But I think this is going to be a prolonged recovery. This is just a start. We don't have the volume, but we have moved from 484 all the way to 530 with $50 million in volume. So if money starts coming into ICP, guys, with Caffeine AI having its alpha launch coming soon, not the beta testing, not the pre-launch, but the actual alpha launch is going to catapult. And I hope it happens right when we're pumping. I hope they release it right when ICP breaks like $7. Because if we break $7 with the launch of Caffeine AI as an alpha, guys, it's going to start cracking. So we've had the volume before, but the whole market didn't move. So we saw the volume come in last week. We saw, let's even look at Ethereum. We saw just massive Ethereum went up like $500 or more Ethereum was really, really doing good. And so let's just look at the month. Let's see what, look at this. So Ethereum has been doing really, really well. So I'm thinking that this is going to be the recovery. We might see Ethereum to $10,000 this bull market. I'm honestly, I think we're at least going to see 7,000 to 8,000, double this price right now. But there's a possibility that we see a $10,000 Ethereum. But as you see, big volume, 40 billion a day, 41, 45 billion, and then it starts decreasing. So this is what I'm going to watch with this volume decreasing, what the market's doing. Then it increases. Then I'm like, okay, we're good again. We're good again. And then it starts to decrease as we go down, and then it picks up. So what I would think when I saw this is that they're buying at these low levels right here. $45 billion right here at 3,583. That's a buy. 46 billion. Yeah. So there. This market is showing you nothing but up. It was at $2,500 and now it's at $3,700 just 1 month ago. So it looks like the rest of crypto is going to be following Ethereum very soon. When Ethereum starts to move like this, when Bitcoin starts to get stagnant, money is going to start flowing into cryptos like ICP. Now, ICP is ready for the masses. We're ready for the people to find us. Just like they did in 2021 with the launch of ICP. I think Caffeine AI could have the same effect. But let's go in and let's look at this weekly chart. Because this weekly chart can give us a very, very good idea of where we're going to be. So our next stop is going to be 7 very, very soon. So right now, we have this downward trending resistance right there. So essentially, ICP needs to break out above $5.76. Then we'll go up to $7 if we can break out with volume. Okay, there is going to be that resistance at about 625, which is previous support over here. So this shouldn't be as big of an area to break out. This is going to be harder at $7. This is so as soon as we get some good volume at $6, we're going to break right above that. So right now the Bitcoin dominance is on the weekly. It's still too much for us. So Bitcoin is still kicking our butts. On the daily, we're doing better. The Bitcoin dominance on the daily has had 2 daily candles where ICP is moving negative against it. So basically, or not negative against it, but better, the percentages are moving against the Bitcoin dominance, which means the dominance went down and the price percentage difference between ICP and Bitcoin went up for ICP. So this is very interesting stuff to see. Now we also have a different falling wedge that we are testing right now. And this will bring us up to that 570 mark where we're going to have to break out. So if we can, get some volume here, break this level right here, we could, get sent back up to this downward trending resistance at 570, then break out of that with some volume, break that 620, we go to 7. So those are the prices that I'm watching right now. And this looks, even on the daily, it looks like a V-shaped recovery. On the weekly, I don't know if that's going to be a V-shaped recovery, but this is a good downward trending resistance line that could be broken. Now, we also have an ascending triangle. So I do want to show you guys this as well. So this means this is a continuation pattern, a long-term continuation pattern, because this has been going on for quite some time. So I would say the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, we have been trending upwards. We got higher highs, higher lows. See, the low is higher than that one, higher than that one, higher than that one, higher than that one. So this to me is super bullish. We have an ascending triangle, which is a continuation pattern to the upside. We have higher highs, higher lows. On the weekly, we're not moving against Bitcoin yet, but we were over here about 4 weeks ago, a month ago in July. Wait. July 14th. Yep. So things are looking pretty interesting for a nice recovery. Let's look at the CFGI. I almost don't want to look at the CFGI, but we'll see. Is the technicals bullish? Absolutely not. So everything's neutral right now. We've been kind of neutral. I don't know. It says last month. Okay. So volatility, we're in greed. I don't think that's right. I just don't believe that. A month ago, we were at 47. I don't think so. But volume's greed, which I don't understand that. Low volatility and bullish time. Okay, impulse technicals is fear. And I mean, if we look at the short term, there might be some fear in the 4 hour. What? What? Dude, we have like a breakout and a testing of this level. I 100% disagree. 100% disagree. For the technical fear, no. Social extreme fear. It's really weird how the socials are really bad for ICP right now. But it's gonna be freaking at least $20 by I believe in a couple of months. Whales are greedy, which is showing why the price is actually moving up. We're kind of stagnant here at 530 for right now. But I'm bullish even on the 4 hour. This 4 hour looks sexy to me. We got 3 green soldiers. So yes, I see why this one says it was bullish, because look at this wick that pushed it down. And this is a bullish reversal signal that the bears won and pushed us down when we closed down here. And then we said, yeah, forget you bears. Because why? Because the whales are greedy right now. You want to be greedy when the big money's greedy. The order book's greedy. The whales are greedy. I don't know why you're not greedy. Honestly, the bears are losing. So they are fighting us. The bears have control of 530, but the bulls are fighting. The bears are able to push it back, but the bulls are saying no. And we have 3 green soldiers, even though one of them is horrible. So as long as we can keep this resistance as support on this level, this downward trending resistance, then we are going to possibly move to that level. If not, we're going to go back down and we're going to touch this EMA at 520. That's what's going to happen. If we fail to break this level right here, we're going to go back down to 520. Are we going to head back down to 480? I don't think so. I think this is a nice V-shaped recovery on the 4 hour. Look at that beautiful V-shaped recovery. And look at that V-shaped recovery. That's beautiful. And then we got 3 green soldiers on the daily. If we get 3 green soldiers on the daily, it's about to crack. It's about to crack. So, and I'm just super bullish on ICP. I always have been. I love a crypto that I can move instantly. Now let's talk a little bit again. Because guys, with a crypto like this, okay, when the top comes, I'm just letting you know, when we are in this psychological stuff, it's going to seem like everything just takes forever. I can wait. I got time. Crypto takes forever. The price doesn't ever move. Well, don't fall for it. When the top comes, you need to have a sell order at your sell price, whatever that's going to be. And if it doesn't sell, oh well. Maybe sell it for what it's at that price. I wouldn't recommend going off plan. But when it comes time, you need to have a plan. Don't go in there thinking, oh, ICP is at $150 right now. I'm going to wait, a couple of days just to see what happens. It could be right back down to $70 the next day. So I think we're going to have a massive blow off top in this cycle. I think ICP is going to probably stagnate around that $70, $80. And then I think one last pump is going to happen and ICP is going to break that $100 threshold. And when I see that happen, I know that it's time to start moving. because it's not going to be staying up there for very long. We might get one day up there. If you look at Algorand, I made a lot of money because I set alerts. Don't fall for it, guys. Please make money in crypto. That's what we're here for. So when I tried to sell Algorand, I waited. I watched that price. I had $5,000 in Algorand. And I was like, dude, there's no way I'm not just watching this every second of every day. And then let's go look. I want to show you guys exactly how fast you got to be. Guys, you got to be quick. This literally happened in an hour. And if I wouldn't have been watching crypto at that time, I wouldn't have made like $5,000 or three. It was $3,000. I put $5,000. I made $3,000. So I made a lot of money with this crypto because I recognized that I need to be paying attention, especially when we start getting towards November. And then once we start getting towards December, I would think even before then, I'm just watching crypto every day. But let's go back. I want to show you exactly what I mean. And here's an example right here. This is a monthly. So we'll go back. I'm going to show you the daily. So this right here, this 282. This is, I sold it, it was 288. I sold it at 288. This is Algorand, Coinbase. I sold it on Coinbase. Maybe it was 280. I think I sold it at 280. 280. So let's go in. We're going to be looking at November. See? November 2021, baby. And I was watching this 18 months exactly after the halving, guys. Exactly 18 months after the halving. So let me just go into the daily, see if I can't get all the way back here. November 2021. Okay, here we go. Now we can zoom out. Okay, where did that go? Where's the 280? Oh, it's not going to show us the 280 on the daily? Only on the monthly? What? Well, anyways, guys, you saw it on the monthly. It went to 282. So basically this candle right here, November. Where's November? Hold on. Oh, it is here, right here, guys. So we can't really see it, but this candle right here went to 282. Right here, November 2021. It went from, on this day, one day, it went from $1.66 to 282. And then it closed at $1.84, which means within one day it started at 166, went all the way to 282. And by the time that day was over, it was back at 184. So this is why you don't fall for it. You need to set alerts. You need to be ready, because one day is all it takes for a crypto to pump 80%, or actually this one, however much it pumped that day. You know, it could pump 200% in a day, 800%. It could really crack off in just one day. This proves it, guys. And I was watching Algorand because I saw the top over here, you know, back in September, and I was like, dang, I made some money over here. I probably sold it about 240, you know, but I bought back in. And I was like, I want to make some more money. Bought in at like $1.50 again, $5,000 in there. Then we go up here. I make about $3,000. It was beautiful, guys. Just because I was watching. Don't fall for it, please. Because, you know, things are going to get crazy and it's going to move super fast. So, and I do appreciate, I just want to take a second. I want to be thankful. So first off, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because without him, I would be lost in life. I would not be where I'm at. Everything that I have comes from him. Now, I want to thank you guys as well, because I am fundamentally a people person. I love people. There's a lot of people that I dislike and try to coexist with, right? And so if it wasn't for you guys, the people that support me, the people that show me love, the people that are there for me when I'm down and out, the people that I can be there for when they're down and out because they support me and I want to support back in those things, that is something that I will never forget and why I will always make content. I love making content for that reason. You guys are my backbone. I wouldn't have got any grants without you guys. I wouldn't have got any partnerships, sponsorships, deals. I wouldn't have had anything if it wasn't for you guys. And so I want to just take a minute to just say thank you. And I hope that my content is valuable to you. I do this, one, because I love you guys, and two, because I'm good at this, because it's something I found that I am very proficient in, and I want to spread that word, but then I also want to know what you guys think too. So while you're on the streams, if you're educated about crypto, if you can educate me about stuff that I don't know, like these psychological things, don't do this in crypto. Like, I want to hear your opinion, because I'm not the be all end all. I'm giving you my experience, how things have worked for me in my community. And if you're a part of that community, I want you to share what works for you so that we can thrive together, guys. All right, let's go see what you guys are saying in the chat. Vinny. Oh, I know Foxfire's. I think he's a whale. He might be a shark. But definitely a lot of ICP stake. Dang. Damien. 8-year gang forever. And ICP will have its day, guys. It isn't going to be a bull market where, oh, it's over, it's changed, it's different, super cycle. Like, no. The pattern until the pattern breaks. And if you have patience, you'll win. And I'm learning that in my life every day. Every day. He said I'm loaded with patience. Love you guys, dude. This is great. Staking is key. I made thousands in staking. So that's another one. Very good point, Damien. And I want to end our show on this. Guys, when I'm looking for stuff, when you're not rich, when you have money, but you're frugal, you want to turn your money into more money. And waiting sucks sometimes. So another way to psychologically help yourself through the excruciating psychological torment is to start making money with your crypto. That's why I was like, yeah, get your Ethereum, get your Bitcoin, stake it, stack it. You stake your Ethereum if you want, stack your Bitcoin, do whatever you want with those, right? But when it comes to the downtimes in the market, what is your Bitcoin doing there? Yeah, you can stake Ethereum now. I'm sure that costs an arm and a leg to do. So I don't know if I'm messing. Maybe I will. But you want to get things that are going to give you money while the market's down. You're like, oh, I just lost $3,000 this month. Well, I just got 10 ICP this week, because I have enough ICP staked. So yes, I lost money overall, but I'm gaining more ICP. So you're gaining while everybody else is losing. Does that make sense? So we kind of have a leg up over the entire market that's not staking, because yes, if the price goes down, we lose money, but we're gaining more ICP. So that's more money we're gaining. And when it goes back up, then we have even more money. So that's a good, I'm really glad that you said that. That's a very good, see, that's why my community is awesome. I love you guys, dude. Bull runs, a bonus for me. My goal is the next, and mine too. So my goal was always using this bull run as a catalyst for my real life later on. And ICP and Definity and all the projects here have been a big part of that. And we're going to succeed together, guys, or we're going to fail together. And we're not failing. So I love, what is that? That's cool. 3047. Now, if you stake 3047 until 3047, I will respect you. No, that's tight. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. I just got done working out, just got off work. I was making my video on the treadmill. So I'm doing everything I can to give you guys more of my time. So I appreciate you being here. That means a lot. All right, guys, that being said, goodbye and good ICP. Bang!